Hey everyone, welcome to the Suburban Stitcher podcast. My name is Diane, and today is April 14th, 2016. It is one day until tax day here in the United States. My taxes are turned in and paid, but they're paid, and everything is done with that. So yay. I hope that everyone is doing well, having a great week since I last saw you, or I guess since you saw me. Things have been crazy new and busy here in Suburban Stitcher world. So I alluded to this on Instagram yesterday, but my family is moving. We are selling our little house that we have lived in for the last almost 9 years. My husband and I built this house when we had a baby, just a little 1-year-old, and it was a cute, perfect little house for us then with plenty of room. And now that we have 2 kids and running 1.5 businesses from home, my full-time business that takes up a lot of space and a lot of time, and my husband is starting to work from home a little more, and kids are bigger, and you know the story. So we need a little more room. We need to be in a little bit different neighborhood for schools, and yeah. So as far as podcast Suburban Stitcher goes, I will still be taping every week. You will still see updates from me on Instagram, podcast stuff shouldn't change, other than I am quite certain the knitting will not be as much as you can imagine. So we are in the throes of preparing our house for sale right now, hoping to get all of the things that need to happen done in the next couple of weeks. And then we will list our house for sale. And so cross your fingers for us. It's an exciting time, but it's a little bit scary with all of the unknowns. And I will talk at the end of the show how that affects Suburban Stitcher shop. So anyway, welcome. I am Diane. I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Diane, and I am DBB Stitch on Ravelry and Suburban Stitcher on Instagram. I also have a website, suburbanstitcher.com, where you can find show notes for this episode and all episodes. You can also find links to YouTube and everything for every episode. Almost now 10 years worth of Suburban Stitcher on the internet, which is so amazing. That's exciting. August is the month that I both started my podcast and started my blog 10 years ago. So I officially became Suburban Stitcher almost 10 years ago this August. So it will be 3 years of podcasting in August and 10 years of blogging / that being my alter ego. So August 2016 is kind of a big month. And provided that my world is not in a complete and utter upheaval this summer, be looking out for something on the horizon that will be fun to celebrate 10 years of Suburban Stitcher. So anyway, let's see. I have some show notes today because my brain is not reliable. Okay, so the Pure Joy shawl, which was the shawl I showed off last week by Joji Locatelli, it has been released. Please note that you can use the code BIRTHDAY, all in capital letters, birthday, to receive 20% off of the purchase of the pattern, and that code is good through April 17th, 2016. So it's good through, was that Sunday? And I'm sure that's probably Joji's time, not our time, but or United States. She's a little bit ahead of us, but regardless, sometime on Sunday, you should be able to get 20% off of that pattern. It is a lovely pattern, as you know, and I hope you take advantage. So I have one finished object this week. I spoke last week about kind of doing a little push to finish up some socks that I had. I had at least 3 pairs that were, one was already finished and I just had to knit the second sock. So of course I started with the easiest one. I finished my Rose City rollers. I've been calling these my Raver rollers because the colorway for this yarn is called Raver. It is by Savvy Skeins in the Comal sock base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon blend. It is a little bit heftier sock yarn than I am used to knitting with, and I knit them kind of not knowing that going into it. I just sort of picked my normal needle, picked my normal stitch count, and started knitting them. And they're quite a dense sock. I have worn these several days in a row and I've washed them. That's why I'm picking dog hair off of them. But they are washed. They are clean. They're still a little bit damp. So I've put them on these blockers to sort of show off and keep their shape. But I knit this pattern exactly as it called for. But what I was saying about gauge is, so it's a little bit heftier, and I used all of my same normal US 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter needle. I knit them magic loop, and I used 64 stitches around. They fit great. The fabric is quite dense because the yarn was a little thicker, and I think that gave me a little bit of hand fatigue. Last week, I noticed that this kind of muscle or tendon or something right along here was feeling really tight after I knit on them for a day or so, and I took a break for a couple of days from these and then finished it a couple of days later and it was fine. So I think I needed a break from working at that tight gauge. Sort of like when you're knitting on toys, I guess. You knit at that tight gauge and then you almost just need a break because your hands are really working hard. But I just love this pattern. I love the socks. The colors are great. They're perfect for Halloween, but they're really just great for any time. So highly, highly recommend this yarn. And this was sent to me last year to review. And so I can only give it 2 hearty thumbs up. I would most definitely buy this yarn again. I have another skein of Savvy Skeins in my stash, a different base. It's her Stellina base that I purchased during the Hill Country yarn crawl last fall, and I would most definitely, I'm excited about it. It's a beautiful color. So this is done. I used a little more than half or a little less than half, right around half, give or take an ounce or two, or not an ounce or two, a gram or two. Give or take a gram or two, I used almost exactly half a skein. So I'm really excited to go through some of my scraps and some of these larger scraps that I have. Like, for example, I know I have a larger piece of some Spun Right Round socks yarn available that I really might knit some Rose City rollers out of because I could easily get a pair. So that is that that is that finished object. The other work in progress that I worked on this week, and it was just these, no, I guess I did do a little bit more, but the other sock that I worked on is, I did quite a bit of progress. So this was part of that finish up the second sock. I worked on some Jinx yarn in the Christmas Lights colorway. Yeah, Christmas Lights. This is a sport weight, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And so I had finished the first sock. Oh, no, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how much A, I love this colorway, and B, I love sport weight socks. They knit so quickly. I love the squishiness of them. They're just so, it's just enough dense, or just enough plumper. I just love everything about it. So that was the first sock that was already completed, and I have really done quite a bit. I have maybe another inch, inch and a half on the leg before I get to the ribbing. So I'm very close to being done. These were toe up. I think I cast on 12 stitches using 12 stitches on each needle, so 24 total, using the Turkish cast on, and then increased up to 56 stitches total, so 28 stitches on each needle. Knit, did a fish lips kiss heel, and then I didn't cut or do any yarn management because of the thickness and just the way the stripes worked out. It worked out perfectly. I didn't have to cut, didn't have to do anything. And same for the first sock. There's maybe one stripe, like on this one, it's right there. This stripe is maybe one round thicker, but really not noticeable in the scheme of it. And then same on this one. This is maybe one stripe thicker, but overall not noticeable. So that was just a happy accident and very exciting. So these are coming along well. I have decided that I will finish this up before I start my Desert Vista Dye Works socks for the month, because I have not started my April socks yet. So my second work in progress that got a little bit of attention, but not a lot. This isn't a project bag that I made. This is sort of just a prototype, a little bit different size and a different interfacing that I'm just trying out for myself. So this will not be in the shop. But I just used some fun fabrics that I liked and had hanging around. I love the pink feathers. They're super cute. But I am knitting the Romy Hill mystery shawl. And so if you are knitting it and you don't want to be spoiled, but I have only knit Clue 1 and maybe a third of Clue 2. So Clue 1 is this top portion, and I have started Clue 2. So I've added the little accent color in there, which I love how it's looking together. And you can see just the barest little beginnings of that lace pattern emerging. But really haven't touched it in almost a week because as we are using every spare minute to work on the house, knitting has just gone by the wayside. So I alluded to the fact that I will be starting my April socks as soon as that Jinx sock is done. And the colorway that I'm using is Somebody Wants to Drink Your Blood. I have to like put a Ukrainian accent on that. I don't know why. But it is a fun, let's see if I can get this out there without completely messing it up. This one is, it's a zombie skein, and it has a red stripe, a solid red, and a solid black in between the green and lavender zombie stripes. So it'll be fun. These I'm actually making for my husband. So, yeah. Now I'm thinking that's kind of crazy. Like, why am I going to try to make longer socks that are wider and have to be just bigger all around on the month that I haven't even started yet, and it's the 14th. But, oh well. So that's the plan. And, you know, I am still going to just put out every best effort that I can to keep going with this knit along. But I obviously have a lot of things on my plate coming up pretty soon, and if I can't keep up, then I can't. But I'm gonna give it my very best shot. So, and this is hanging out because it was the perfect colors, red and black, in this cute hamburger bag that I got from Nomadic Yarns. I bought this last year. This was a birthday present to myself because my favorite food of all time is cheeseburgers. Ever since I was a kid, I can remember my great-grandmother teasing me and telling me I would turn into a cheeseburger. And I certainly, you know, did gain a lot of weight from cheeseburgers, you know, oh well. But I still love them. I still love burgers of any kind, bunless, with a bun, gluten-free bun, deconstructed with stuff, you know, in them, plain, turkey burger, beef burger, chicken burger, black bean burger. I am a equal opportunity burger lover. That needs to be the show title. Equal opportunity burger lover. Let's see if I can remember that. So anyway, this just seemed fun. And it's a cute little bag, right? So that is it for the knitting. I do have quite a few Hello Lovelies to show you. And it's sort of gluttonous seeming, but I do want to, sorry, I'm sort of shaking you a little bit. I do want to preface this with, this is about a month and well over a month of things coming in since mid-March. I just didn't show them to you because of all of the DFW things. But now that I'm packing, I don't want to forget to show you. So I need these to be shown off, photographed, and then I've got to pack. So here we go. First up, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I just can't even, so much. I got the sweetest little surprise birthday package from Jennifer in Canada. You know who you are. Thank you so much. This made my day. Absolutely made my day. So it's this handmade card that I love, you know, purple and hydrangeas. Beautiful. I actually really love hydrangeas. I tried to grow them here in our yard and didn't really work. But gave it my all, and it died. But just the sweetest note and handmade with love. She sent me a package of various teas. So there's a chocolate orange from Stash, a Tim Hortons pumpkin spice, which I've never had Tim Hortons anything, tea, coffee, anything. So I'm super excited to try that one. And then a lemon ginger herbal tea. So very fun. She sent me some maple candy, which I have held off on eating. These little like maple flavored hard candies. So I'm super excited to try those. And I haven't even shown them to my kids because A, they won't like them because they're Texans, and like maple is, it's weird. Like people don't like that, but I like it. But I know they won't. They'll be like, because it doesn't taste like fake syrup. And then she sent me this yarn, and she wrote in the card that this is from Juliana's Fibers. And she thought the colors looked like me, and I could not agree more. So that is going to be super fun to knit into a blanket. Thank you so much, Jennifer. That was really exciting. And it's just always nice to get a sweet little surprise in the mail. I purchased, I don't even want to tell you who I purchased it from because I don't want you to go crazy over her stuff. Or stalk her or anything. But I got 2 skeins of Cakewalk yarn off of D-Stash. So exciting. So I got, and this one is like old school Cakewalk, original label. This is on the Stash base. The colorway is called Hot Springs, and the Stash base is a MCN. I love this. It looks like Neapolitan ice cream to me. Chocolate, vanilla, pink, strawberry, like with butterscotch, like caramel icing over here with this little orange. I love it. And then this one is a beautiful kind of chocolatey brown with pinks and purples and black. Kind of black speckles over there. It's just amazing. This one is called Kitchener, and it's on the same base. It is on the Stash base, so it's an MCN. I could not believe my luck to be able to get these, so thank you. You know who you are. for letting me shop from your stash. It was so exciting. So that, I got, oh my gosh. Okay, so my best friend here, she doesn't knit. She doesn't, you know, anything. But she got me a birthday present. She got me this amazing purse that she got for me while she was in Israel. And it's like a leather crossbody. I love it. I use it every day. I absolutely love it. And then she got me this little tea towel. She said, I just saw this and it looked like you. And she doesn't watch the podcast. She doesn't know. So this makes it even better. Make today lovely. I just thought, how perfect is that? So I told her, I said, you don't even know. I said, you don't know. I have this whole segment on my show called Hello Lovelies. So I just thought that was too funny. Too much of a coincidence not to show you guys. Okay, let's see what else in this bucket of fun. I ordered this skein of opal on, I mean, this really came in almost a month ago, on eBay. And it's this line of yarn from opal. It's like a DK or worsted weight. So it's really thick and hefty, which will be super fun to knit up. The line is called Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland, my favorite. And this is the, it's a 6-ply, 150 grams, 420 meters. I don't know how to say the colorway name. Traumarise. That's what the colorway is, I guess. But it's like the pumpkin carriage. And I loved that because I'm always say when I'm tired, I say, oh, I'm turning into a pumpkin. Like, I'm done for the day. I've had my fun. I'm turning back into a pumpkin. And I just love the colors. Perfect for Halloween. So that would make some really super fun, cozy fall Halloween socks. And not Alice in Wonderland, but Cinderella, Wonderland, you know, just fairy tales. I loved it. Because obviously Alice in Wonderland is not Cinderella, pumpkin carriage. You know what I mean. Anyway. Okay, so I had another, oh my gosh, seriously, I forgot about half of the stuff that's in here. This is why it's good that I'm moving, because I can't buy any more yarn. Like, Yarn Diet started last week. I got a skein of the Fawn and the Fox, y'all. This is amazing stuff, and I'm super duper excited for Lara and just how well she's been doing and how her business is growing. I got a skein on her Raven base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and the colorway is called Spumoni. That's pretty color accurate right there. It's very kind of a buttery, creamy background with these pops of green and peach and pink and a little bit of more buttery yellow, but just very pretty. It's a very soft. It almost feels like it has like bamboo or silk in it, the drape. It's very soft. And it's a little bit different. I mean, you can see the shine there. You see that? It's just very unique. So I'm pretty pumped to try this because it looks gorgeous. I got a sock blank from Gail's Art. I got the watermelon sock blank because it just looked awesome. So, super fun. Just kind of repeats the pattern throughout the whole thing. Just couldn't resist this one. I haven't knit on a sock blank for a while. I have one in stash from Kirby Warby and now this one. So, oh, and I'm working on another one, some Christmas socks from Lone Star Arts. So I guess I have 3. 2 that I haven't started and 1 that is cast on. So that came in I'm going to get through this, guys. Seriously, glutton. I had an order from Desert Vista Dye Works come in because I was realizing that I'm lacking in some of her pink yarns, and I needed to get some. It was getting way too boring, way too many boy colors in my little Desert Vista Dye Works stash, and you know I like my pinks and purples. So I got Convo Me. And I love this because it looks a little more pastel than some of the other ones that I've seen. So I'm pretty excited about that. So this is like Conversation Hearts. Convo Me. I got SpongeBob Zom Pants. I love that like mauvey pinky purple stripe. Totally. That stripe is the one that sold this skein for me. So this is a 6 stripe. Super exciting. And then I got Zomwear Over the Rainbow because zombie stripes, rainbows, and Wizard of Oz. I'm coveting the Glinda colorway by her too. That's part of the Wizard of Oz series. Yeah. But that will just have to wait, my friends, because moving. That's going to be like just what I say all the time now, because #moving. The last thing, this was actually 2 different purchases, 2 different times, but I've had a bunch of things come in from Spun Right Round. So the first time I got another sock blank. This one is called Graffiti, and it is just a splashy, amazing. So there's half. There's the other half. Just fun, splatter, awesomeness. So there I got that. This is a single knit. I don't like the double knit ones. That's too much yarn management for me. And I figure if I'm doing a sock blank, I know they aren't going to match anyway. So I got 2 of her mini skeins, one in the Robots in the Freezer colorway, which is a kind of the natural base with icy blue and black splotches. And this one is called Newsprint, so it's the natural with a lot of black and gray splotchy speckles. And then I got this sock yarn skein. Oh, just so pretty. This colorway is called Clairvoyant, and this is superwash sock, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Clairvoyant. I think that this color right here is what did it for me, because the pink and the purple speckles, you know, of course, a little bit of grays with this kind of blacky. It's almost a navy though. It's kind of cool. It's probably black, but it leans blue-ish. It's this teal aqua. That is what sold me. I cannot wait to see how this works up. It's just so exciting. Yeah, can you see how that black is really almost leaning navy? It's very, very pretty. I'm pretty pumped about it. Yeah, like as you dig into the skein, there's just even more awesomeness hiding underneath all of the layers. Yeah, super. There's a yellow. That's really fun. So this just sort of, it almost looks like Peeps, like blended Peeps. Super fun. And the last thing is Spun Right Round again, but this was a second order. This was the most recent thing that has come in. And it has a very specific purpose. I was gifted the, I think I said last week Brioche-alicious or something. It's something like that. Very Stephen West-esque. But it's the big, huge, new brioche shawl. So it's like Brioche-alicious or brioche-tastic or something where he has brioche and then threw the end of a superlative on there. I can't remember exactly, but I'll link it again if I remember. So I was gifted that pattern by my friend Shannon, Minerva Turkey, and I am completely obsessed with this pattern right now. Like, I'm not casting it on. I have socks that I need to finish up. I have a shawl that I'm test knitting. Those are really my only commitments for knitting. And I am not letting myself cast on anything new right now because I want to finish up some things, especially with moving. I have that clean up everything, finish everything mojo right now. But I am just chomping at the bit to start this shawl. So when I took a look at it last week, I think after I recorded last, I started pulling DK yarn, DK weight yarn. And basically what he does is it needs about 1,700 yards of DK. Huge shawl. But it's really going to be like a schlanket, a shawl blanket. A schlanket. Oh, yes. Yes, a schlanket. So, anyway, brioche, as you know, his brioche is the 2-color brioche. So, like, one side has a, predominant one color, and then the other side is predominant with the other color, but you can sort of see through both sides to the other side. The one side, he said he knit all with sort of a neutral for him, speckled yarn. And he used Republic of Wool or House of a la Mode is what he used. House of a la Mode speckled yarn DK. And then the other side is where he striped in like leftovers and fun bright colors and neons, and that's where like the crazy part. So we had one that was a little tamer, one side, and then the other side was the fun stripes. So let's see if I can pull this over here to sort of show you. I have, and this is just a little bit, these are just my leftover skeins. I actually put back on the shelves a bunch of my full skeins that I had pulled out. So my intention is I got these 2 skeins. I had 2 skeins of DK weight spun right round in the same colorway, not this same colorway, but another matching colorway. So 2 matching skeins. Let me just pull it and show you. Hold on. So I have had these. These are DK Raw colorway. So it's kind of blacks with these pops of pink and neon orange and highlighter yellow. They've just been sitting there. I just ordered these 2, which are DK weight, spun right round, in the Crybaby colorway. So between these 4, and I don't know if I'll just use a skein up, alternate how I'm going to do it, but these 4 are going to be the one side that is sort of the thing that ties them all together is they're all spun right round DK speckled. They don't match. You wouldn't put these together necessarily, except for that it's a crazy blanket shawl, schlanket. It's a crazy schlanket. Anyway, so these are the speckled side. So comparatively, they will be neutral. And then I have pulled all of these leftovers of DK weight. So I've got some Miss Babs. I'm already looking at this like, woohoo! It's going to be like that one. I have some of this, which will be fun. It's a little darker. I have, and this was a thing for string. I have this one, which is some Jinx yarn. I just finished a zombie out of it, so that will be great. I have this little bit of, this is some leftover Yowza. It's a little bit thicker than this one, but it'll work. Perfect use for some scraps. And this is Yowza deep sea jellyfish. I have some love song, love note from Unwind Yarn Company. So this one, I made a Arbutus cowl out of that. So this is left over. And that will be fun pops of color. I have, this is some more Yowza from my Weigh It shawl that will go in there. I have this, some leftovers of, actually still have the tag for this one. This is Cephalopod Traveler in this really pretty purple. So I've got tons of leftovers that will make great, you know, just kind of crazy stripes on the opposite side. Because it's me, they are all grays, greens, and purples, and that sort of ties them all in together. And then I have various other DK weight skeins in my stash as well that I can cake up and use. So that is my plan for all of that. And that is everything that has come in that wasn't DFW related in the last month, which is quite a lot. But I love it all, and now Yarn Diet, because #moving. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get this all off of my lap, because the last thing that I want to talk about is shop news, shop business, and how all of this is going to affect Suburban Stitcher, the shop. Let me pull up my notes because I do not want to forget. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is you guys are amazing. Bluebonnet bag. Whoa, holy moly. I could not have anticipated the amount of love that y'all had for that sweet little bag. I think I mentioned last week that Susan B. Anderson talked about it. I gave one to her. And she talked about it, showed it off on her podcast, and the influx of love and comments and, you know, please, 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 are you going to have any more? It was, honestly, it was almost overwhelming, but in a good way. So I love when I know exactly what people want, and then I can make that happen for you guys. That is the best feeling ever. And it's particularly awesome when it's something that I thought would be cute, but wasn't totally sure about, and wow, amazing. So I had a pre-order up last weekend, just kind of did that last Saturday. They sold out within a couple of hours. I did get some messages from people asking if I had put it up, and I'm so sorry if you missed out. I did not anticipate that it was going to sell out within hours, but it did, and I'm so grateful. I am just can't even imagine how awesome that felt. So thank you to everybody who purchased one of those. They should be going out in 2 weeks or less. So this was a much quicker pre-order turnaround. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The next thing I want to announce is that there will be an update this Saturday, which is April 16th, 2016. It will be at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is going to be a ready to ship update. So everything that's in the shop is actually made, ready to go. Since the update is on Saturday, everything will ship out on Monday, Tuesday at the latest, but it should be Monday. So yes, ready to go. This will not be a pre-order update. I can't remember if I said last week kind of what my plan is going forward with my updates, but I kind of want to do, you know, if week 1 I have a pre-order, then the next week I want to have a ready to ship, and then the next week would be sort of a pre-order type of an update, and then the next week would be a ready to ship, so that you're constantly either, you know, there's 1 or 2 things that I know are popular that people, you know, are requesting, and that I can specifically do pre-orders for those, or it's I had fun making some a few bags, introducing some new fabrics, maybe introducing some new products, and then that's a ready to ship type of update. So that's sort of my general thing. Along with kind of the me moving, the new way that I'm doing updates, as well as I am so excited and flattered and honored to be involved in quite a few really exciting things coming up over the next 2 to 3 months. And they're keeping me quite busy, which is fabulous. But that being said, I have had to pull down my custom request order button in the Etsy shop. This is just, for the foreseeable future. It is not permanent. But for right now, I wish I could do everything that I get requests for, and I just cannot. I love, getting emails and messages from people, but for the foreseeable future, if it's already sold out, or if it is something that isn't in the shop that you don't see right then, I cannot do special requests really at this time. I don't anticipate this being permanent, but it is just right now, while I'm super busy kind of in the weeds with moving and packing and life and still running the business and big things coming in the next couple of months. So I hope that you understand that. And with that being said, I want to show you a few of the things, a couple of which are already made. But, sorry, I forgot to pull these down. But a couple of them are, let me get back to where I can see myself because it just feels weird not just staring at notes. So a couple of the things that are made and that will be in the shop ready to go. I'm going to have a small selection of whip minders, which are my little needle cases. So I will actually have a few Bluebonnet ones. So if you got a Bluebonnet bag or you missed out on one and you want one, these don't have the snaps yet, but I will have some of these available. I have some other kinds that are cut out, ready for me to make, but I don't have them to show you. But there will be more than just the Bluebonnet fabric. But like right now, I only have 4 of these going up. So there will be some of these in the shop. And thank y'all for your feedback on these. I'm super excited. It seems like everybody really likes these. So pretty excited about that product. I will also have a listing for locking stitch markers. So these are $3 for the set of 10. They're these bulb shaped. I brought these to DFW. Again, everybody that was there really seemed to like them. And this will just sort of be a permanent thing in my shop. It's a great add-on item for you in the shop. So as you're getting other things, if you need to grab some stitch markers as well, that will be an option for you. I will have several of, I don't know exactly how many yet, but I will have several of the typewriter bags that were super popular. So I'll have some of these. And then the next few things that I'm going to show you, I have prepped, but I haven't sewn up into bags. So you're going to sort of see just the fabric, but I will have some blue bunny bags that are like this. And these will all be the zippered, kind of my new standard zippered sock sized. I will have same fabric, but pink bunnies. I will have a couple of these, which are kind of fun. This I craft so hard, I sweat glitter, and it is a glittery, sparkly fabric. So that was a special request that was pretty cute, and I will have some of those. Let's see. I will have some of this. So this is the blue version of kind of the little springy woodland ones that I had for DFW. So this is kind of the blue, green, purple periwinkle colorway of it. It's got these bunnies and bears and foxes and owls. And then on this round, just to do something different, I added this accent fabric on the bottom, which is super cute. And then I will also have some of the pink colorway of those. So same thing, but with the pink. And I think that's it for what's going to be in this week. So it's going to be lots of cute little pinks and blues and pastel little woodland creatures. Lots of super fun things. So I hope that if you were hoping to get something like that at DFW and you missed out, or if you looked from afar and you weren't at DFW, then maybe this is your shot. So again, that update will be this Saturday, April 16th, 2016, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I think that about does it for me this week. One note, and I should have mentioned this at the beginning before shop news stuff. Rainbow Along prizes are being mailed today. They are all packaged. They are all ready. They are going out today. So I have gotten some messages from sweet, sweet people, and I'm so sorry. Life is just nuts for me right now, and I can only just apologize greatly for my delay in getting them out. Don't really have any better excuse other than that. So thank you for your patience as I have a couple of ones that I still have to package up, and if for some reason I don't have an address, then I'll be emailing people specifically. But if you're one of the few people that is still waiting on your prize, I have not forgotten about you. It is just a byproduct of me being stretched a little thin right now. So thank you again. I hope that y'all have a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.